Today I will be giving an overview on my math review course created through Canvas. To access the course and its materials, students will need to register with the provided course link. Once the course has been opened, the student will be able to see the course modules as we do here. The first module students will open is titled Open First. This module contains the course syllabus in two different versions, a PDF or a Word document, whichever the student prefers to use. Also in this module is an introductory discussion that the students will complete at the beginning of the course. I'm now going to give an overview of the contents in the syllabus in PDF version. Both the PDF and the Word document are the same, but I am going to open the PDF version. At the beginning of the syllabus is the course description. This course was designed as a middle school math review on fractions, so that's what this all is about. The next thing listed in the syllabus is the topics included in the fractions unit, ranging from greatest common factor to ordering fractions, adding, subtracting, and all the way to working with mixed numbers. The course learning outcomes follow and are based on the topics in the unit. So this is a rather long list. The assignment section gives a description of the students' responsibilities. These would be exit tickets, homework assignments, quizzes, and tests. Finally, the syllabus has the course timeline, or the order in which the students will complete assignments based on the modules. If this was a live course, the modules would open weekly so the students would not become overwhelmed with the material. Regardless of the week, however, the students would be able to see what topics would be covered next in the syllabus. Point values are also included in the syllabus so the students know how much each assignment is worth. I'm going to scroll through the remainder of the syllabus so you can see what it looks like, but I'm going to describe each module after this. At the end of the syllabus, I do have a statement that says if students have any questions or concerns during the course, that they should not hesitate to reach out. I'm going to use the side buttons to go back to the home section, which is going to bring me to the modules. So we've already discussed the Open First module, so we're going to go on to Module 1, or Week 1. Module 1 is the first week of the course. This contains the pretest, which will not be taken as a grade, but will be used to track growth. If we click on the pretest, we're going to have to go to Preview as if we were a student. And the pretest has questions ranging from greatest common factor to working with mixed numbers. These include topics that are taught throughout the course. So here would be what they would look like. There are multiple choice or written responses, fill in the blank type questions. All questions relate back to the course learning outcomes and will be reflected in the post-test. The students must take the pretest before beginning the course materials, so they would have to take this test before moving on. Going back to the home section to see Module 1 again. After the students have taken the pretest, they would use the Understanding Fractions flashcard link. This is flashcards based on fractions, and they are made through Wayground. The students would be responsible for studying these fraction flashcards throughout the course because they would have a quiz on these at the end of the course during week 6, but before their final exam. After these two things, the remainder of the course follows the same pattern. there would be video notes, exit ticket, and then an assignment based on the notes. So week 1 is greatest common factor. Their video notes, they would click on it, and it's either going to take them to a YouTube video or it's going to be a video embedded in the Canvas course. The exit tickets are created through the Canvas quiz section. So the students would take them as if they were an exit ticket, but it's through the quiz section. So it's going to look like a quiz, but it's actually just an exit ticket. So each exit ticket has the description that they can use notes to complete it. And exit tickets are not worth a whole lot of points, but it gives the teacher an understanding of what the students have learned after the notes. After the students have completed the video notes and the exit ticket, they would then have a homework assignment. The homework assignments I used for this course are either through Wayground or Blookit, so that they are all online and the students can complete them on their own time. So the pattern continues on. They would have another video, exit ticket, worksheet. Finally, at the end of the week, they would have a quiz, the summative assessment over greatest common factor and least common multiple. As you can see, the point value is 12, so it's just a quiz to give them a clearer understanding of all the topics they covered that week, and then gives the teacher the understanding of their knowledge at the time. Moving forward to week 2, it again follows the same pattern. There's a video, exit ticket, and then assignment. Some video notes will have 2 assignments because it has more than one topic. So this video is about simplifying fractions and equivalent fractions, which these topics can go together in one video, but I would rather have it broken down into 2 smaller assignments rather than one large one. So then going on, Module 2 also has comparing and ordering fractions, both having exit tickets and assignments, and then at the end of the week having a quiz on all 4 topics. Module 3 is a larger module. It has converting fractions, decimals, and percents. So I broke this down into a video on converting fractions to decimals and percents, another video on converting decimals to fractions and percents, and then converting percents to fractions and decimals. So these would be taken as each video is one separate day. The students would not be covering all this material in one setting. They would have supplemental exit tickets and then assignments with each topic, and then at the end of the week, a quick quiz covering converting fractions, decimals, and percents. Module 4 is when students learn how to add and subtract fractions with like and unlike denominators. This module again includes an exit ticket for each topic and then assignments. So adding and subtracting fractions with like is one day, adding and subtracting with unlike are a different day, and then a review, little activity for them to complete, and then a quiz at the end of the week. Module 5 is a larger one because it is the final week of instruction. During this module, students learn how to multiply and divide fractions, and the students also learn how to convert improper fractions and mixed numbers, and they would also work with mixed numbers. So again, this is where the video would be. This one is embedded in the Canvas course, so that's how it looks different. That's how you would know what type of video it is. Exit ticket assignment, same thing. This one does have a quiz in the middle for a quiz on multiplying and dividing before they move on to converting improper and mixed numbers. They end the week with an assignment on working with mixed numbers. These are word problems and then just straightforward math problems so that students know how to do plain fractions and then mixed numbers. The final module of the course is Module 6. At the beginning, it's going to contain a quiz on mixed numbers and proper fractions. This is just a recap of the topics they learned at the end of the previous week. Then the second quiz in this module is a quiz on fraction vocabulary that was introduced during week 1. The students would be reminded throughout the course that they would need to be studying these words, so they were prepared for this quiz. The students would then do a fraction study guide. This is just a PDF version of the study guide, and I'll open it so you can see what it looks like. This is just some problems that match the same format as the pre-test and post-test with the answers written out. So the students would review this before they take their test. So it's going to follow the same type of pattern, except for this is on paper where their post-test is online. So it shows them how they would work out each of the problems and what their solutions are. Okay. Going back to the home page, the final thing before their post-test is a little Jeopardy fraction game that they can play to review, and then they would take their fraction post-test. If you click on it, it is worth 39 points, and we're going to preview it. They are given the statement that they are not allowed to use notes because it is a test. They need to simplify their answers if possible, and it also follows the same format of fill in the blank or multiple choice questions. They'll also know the point value of each problem, which should help them when answering the questions. Fill in the blank, multiple choice. It just depends on the type of question on whether or not it's fill in the blank or multiple choice. So it's worth 39 points in total, but that does not mean there's 39 questions because some points are more than one problem. So 35 questions in total. There are word problems, and then there's also just straight solving problems. Going back to the home page, students would be getting announcements throughout the course that would give them reminders on when to complete assignments and when the modules would be opening. They can view their grades in the grades section, and then if possible, they can message either through email or the messaging system on Canvas. So thank you for watching my screencast on my math review course. To see all the completed modules and their supplemental materials, please use the course link included in my mono link or my design journal. Thanks again.